Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you, and today we're checking out the new trailers that have come out for Nightingale. Now, I'm still conflicted on Nightingale. If you don't know, Nightingale is going to be another one of those games that is just doomed to the early access graveyard. It's not to say that it won't be good, it's not to say that it won't be successful, but there are four horsemen of the apocalypse that exists for a particular brand of video games, and those are early access, open world survival crafting game. There's a lot of those. If you've heard of games like 7 Days to Die or Valheim, those are two games that fit. I could go on, right? Like V-Rising is the one that came out most recently, but there are a ton of games that fit into that specific box. Early access, open world survival crafting. And they're such ambitious projects, right? And I've played a lot of them, and I enjoy a lot of them. A lot of them are really cool. A lot of them do some neat things. A lot of them have a lot of really neat ideas in them, but they're so ambitious that these games ever escaping from early access and becoming actually full-fledged games is so rare. Like, man, Power to Raft. Raft actually finally just went 1.0 release. Congratulations, Raft, you fucking did it. You even have a story in there. I'm so proud of you. Meanwhile, a whole bunch of these other games, the freaking 7 Days to Die has been in early access since like 2013. It's like 9 years. The game still has not actually come out. And there's so many of these. And when a new one comes out, I'm like, oh, I like these kind of games, but I've played so many that I don't know if I care. I still have not played Valheim because Valheim just didn't look like it did enough to make me go, I'll burn some more time into these. I'll dump my life into them because they really do eat up a lot of your life and a lot of your time. But one of the newest ones that is coming to us is Nightingale. And the initial trailer that we saw, whenever it was, the Game Awards 2021 or something like that, I was like, that actually looks pretty sick. Maybe. And here we are now with a lot more footage for the game. And so I'll shut up and I will let the trailers begin speaking for themselves. Let me make sure I actually grabbed the right one here. I did. Okay, let's go. Nope, that's the end of the trailer. Let's go back to the beginning.
You're alone in the realms, I'm afraid. The portals are a mess. Not even sure if Nightingale made it. Given how fragile you humans are...
Oh, shit.
I'd say that staying fed, dry, and rested should be your priority. If the portal arch is inactive, you'll need to make realm cards from rare resources. Once you have realm cards, you can activate the portal. Beware though. Foul things lurk in the interrealmic void, waiting to get in. Be ready with your axe pick. Shadows have offended. Think but this, and all is mended.
So here's an interesting thing, right? Is the design plan here is it has a stroke of genius to it, okay? Now, I hope that as we get into these other trailers, when it comes to being able to, like, what do they say? Customize your destination or influence your destination? Craft realm cards. We're almost there. It was right here. Influence your destination. So the idea here is that you're going to be able to essentially like combine realm cards to maybe get a different realm. And here's something that's really genius about that. Instead of taking a game that is trying to be like basically open world, like kind of like what we mentioned with like Valheim or with 7 Days to Die, or even like V-Rising, although I know how V-Rising is doing this as well, is that it makes it really easy for you to release chunks of content as it gets finished. Because the idea here is that probably your base realm at the launch of early access is done, right? Like it's largely a finished realm. Like you might get some new little tidbits here and there, but otherwise it does mean that future content doesn't necessarily have to figure out a way to slot into previous saves or make it where you would lose your progress, because like that's something 7 Days to Die does a lot. When they do drastic updates, you often lose a lot or of your progress or just have to restart entirely. But with this, depending on how the upgrade paths work, instead of needing you to start all the way over, they can just implement new realm cards to let you go to a new realm that they have now finished, which is pretty smart. I'm really curious about the building mechanics, because in all of these games, they always show you neat places that have been built, right? But the question then becomes, how easy is it for me to build something that looks along those same lines? Because in Terraria and Minecraft, we've all built the boxes, right? We've all built just a little box that keeps us safe. And there's some people that are much more creative or understand the tools in a much better way to be able to build something much more grandiose. I've built things that I thought were neat, but they were still overly simple when it comes to actual creative design. But even like this little village that they have set up here, it does make me wonder, how possible is it to build in such a way? But I'll leave that there. And we got one, maybe two more things to check out, because I can't quite tell what if this video is a duplicate of something else. So we'll start here. And then I also have one more thing that we'll talk about, but we're not going to watch it. So let's get into this one.
Ever since the day the portal network collapsed, stranding us in these realms, we have searched for a way home.
Hello, I'm Aaron Flynn,
Hi.
CEO of Inflection Games, the developer of Nightingale, a shared world survival crafting game set in a rich, gas lamp fantasy universe. You may have seen our latest gameplay trailer during Summer Game Fest Live this week. In that footage, we revealed the realm card system, a key mechanic in our game that allows players to access the portal network and explore the magical Fey realms. We wanted to take this opportunity today to walk you through how the system works in a little bit more detail. As a realm walker, stranded in a mysterious and deadly new world, the realm cards are a way to access other realms. Players craft realm cards using magical materials they find in the environment, and those cards are then used to activate portals, which will then connect you to one of the many possible realms that exist in the Fey universe. Each card has different properties, like modifiers, that determine different elements of the realm that players connect to, whether that's new environments, the types of creatures, weather patterns, or how rich in a particular resource a realm might be. Players can combine multiple cards, expanding the possibilities of each new destination. In creating the realm card system, we not only wanted to offer a way for players to discover everything that the realms have to offer, but also empower players with the ability to influence and control the nature of the realms that they explore. This, paired with a sophisticated procedural generation system, makes the possibilities for adventure across the Fey realms almost limitless. We love the choice this offers players, and no shortage of combinations to experiment with and learn. Will you find a realm overrun with dangerous creatures? Or a tranquil place where you can catch your breath? Will it be filled with abundant natural resources? Or will it be dark and battered by storms where a lantern is your only source of light? We're so excited to see how players explore all the possibilities that realm cards have to offer, and what incredible new destinations they may unlock on their journey. We hope this becomes a gateway for players to discover endless adventures within the world of Nightingale. Thank you for your time. For more information on realm cards, head to playnightingale.com.
Neat. Okay.
If these shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended.
Yeah, super cool. Okay. Now, I'm going to play this other trailer. I don't know if this is going to be something new or if it's going to be repeated footage, but I will just let this play, and if it's repeated footage, I'm just going to talk for a bit about some of the stuff that we saw, because I think, okay, that's definitely what it's higher quality footage, though, than we saw a moment ago.
You're alone in the realms, I'm afraid. The portals are a mess. Not even sure if Nightingale made it.
Okay, this is definitely, but what's this? This is a little bit farther. This might be like the original trailer past this one right here. Because that was definitely one of the ones we just watched. What is this one? I think this might actually be the initial reveal trailer, but we can have it play here all the same anyway. Oh my god, that's awful. Yep. I don't like that. Oh, cool. It gets worse.
Ever since the day the portal network collapsed, stranding us in these realms, we have searched for a way home.
Lost and alone in the dangerous labyrinth of fantastical worlds. Welcome to the lands of Fae.
Every portal is a chance for salvation. Uniting the lost survivors.
I wonder if that means there's a chance to find new people in new realms. Can I get the
Or
giant dude on my side instead of having to fight him? Because that'd be sweet. Oh. I don't feel like your bullet did much to that guy, just saying.
Our beacon of hope. But beyond our reach. As long as we stand together, our journey will unite us.
Yeah, this was definitely the initial reveal trailer. I remember it pretty well now, but that's perfectly fine.
Are all that is left.
Hard pass. Nope, don't want to play with that thing. That looks terrifying. Okay, so here's the thing. This game looks pretty neat, and I don't feel like it does a whole lot that is unique compared to a lot of other games. A lot of these open world games will use a form of procedural generation as a means of replayability. 7 Days to Die does this, although they do have versions of the game that exist that you can choose that are a static map that is relatively the same every time, although they do update it between updates. And then games like Valheim, it's procedurally generated, although generally there are like generations within the different biomes that you need to go through. And then you got games like V-Rising that are actually just a static map, that there is nothing beyond just the map that the game comes with. You can kind of see this as well in games like Satisfactory, which also has a static map. Now, myself personally, I drastically prefer games that are procedurally generated because one of my favorite things to do in this style of game is explore. I like to see new things. I like to find new areas. Now, if it's completely procedurally generated, that can struggle a bit because then it's just so randomized that it doesn't feel like there's a level of natural discoverability. But I still prefer it over a static map because if it's static, once I've discovered something, that won't be new to me anymore. And it's even different even if you find like the same, we'll say like there's a tower that has like a puzzle inside it or something like that, or a particular compound or a building or whatever. If that same building gets regenerated in a new world, it still feels newer to me than finding the same place in the same location on the same map. And that's an important distinction here. The other thing is one of the nice things that I did enjoy so much about 7 Days to Die was the horde mechanic. Every 7 days, you are besieged upon by a horde of zombies that try to kill you. And it actually looks like we'll probably get something along those same lines as well here, where they're coming to try and destroy you, destroy your base, destroy your village, and get to you and end your life. And that's just a good mechanic as well. You know, the one thing that I do have a concern about, though, is the lack of specifically equipment variety that we saw. We saw very, very little. We saw your axe pick, we saw a rifle, we saw a shotgun, we saw like a stone axe, and not a whole lot beyond that. What else are these people holding here at the end? We got a sledge, we got a shovel, and a pistol. All right. Because if the loop for gathering resources and building is good, that's great. But if the actual interactions with the environment, because you do, one of the things in this is the survival part. It's not just about going and getting wood and building a cool looking base. It's about actually surviving, needing to kill monsters. I'm assuming you'll have to kill stuff to get some of the more varied or rarer versions of the realm cards, right? I imagine that those bosses, like that really big creepy one at the end, drops a special material that you can that is the only way that you can craft a particular realm card, or that's how you unlock a new realm. We saw similar things. I don't think you're hard limited by it, but some of these other survival crafting games, you need to kill something in order to unlock something so that you can get either new gear, new equipment, or open a door to get to the next area of progression. It's not just about building a base. I did Valheim wrong. I mean, by all means, if you had fun, that's perfectly fine. Like, I'm not going to say you played the game wrong. You did not do Valheim wrong. Just what I seek out of these games is more than just building a base. I love building a base. I love organizing a base. Man, I don't know why. People can just dump everything that they found out on their adventures in a box and I'll sort it. And it's just a great form of just zen for me. It's just like, oh, you guys found all this great stuff. Let me put it in all the boxes that I've already sorted and organized. All the food goes in here. The wood goes in here. The stone goes in here. You guys found some extra weapons that we don't need, so I'll put them in the equipment box. I don't know why. That is just cathartic as hell for me. It's like cleaning without actually having to do the physical effort of cleaning, and it feels really, really good. Really good. But I do like games if they do have at least a decent amount of tension when it comes to the combat within them, even within these survival crafting games. Don't know what Nightingale has. I don't know what our release window for Nightingale is, but I hope we can find out some more soon. I'm not going to play it because it's long as hell, but Force Gaming did get an exclusive preview for Nightingale. I will include a link to it in the description below, but it's 13 minutes long, and it's a guy talking a lot during everything that is here. There might be more information in there, but I'm not going to set that upon you, myself, and everyone else. So that's Nightingale. I did play V-Rising. I played V-Rising for probably about 30 hours. I enjoyed it a lot. I doubt I'll ever touch the game again. Valheim still hasn't actually gotten me to go try it. I see you, Athena. And I still don't have an itch to try Valheim because it doesn't look like it does enough for me compared to games that I have played that came before it. Nightingale actually does appeal to me on a level that makes me want to try it. I don't know if I will immerse myself in it and sink hundreds of hours into it the way that I've done other open world survival crafting early access games, but I can hope because they are genuinely fun and they're generally good experiences to just lose yourself in. There's a reason Minecraft is the most successful single entry of a game that has ever released, right? And it has part of that just ability to just lose yourself in it, to lose yourself in just the relaxing act of gathering materials and building a thing and finding new things and going along that journey of essentially getting to enjoy the journey of surviving without the actual threat to your own physical life, you know? And that just, that's a big difference right there. So, yeah, I'm not singing the song, Athena. But to you watching right now, what do you think about Nightingale or the genre in general, open world survival crafting experiences? I would love to hear from you. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to keep the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. And speaking of Discord, we actually have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream 4 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you go watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.